Hi, and welcome to day 3 of Grey Zone Warfare PVE, but with extra rules. Last time, I had ostensibly finished the starter missions after being shot in the heart by a poorly educated farmer.
I'm gonna try to do my best not to let that happen again.
It looks like my last mission is to kill a single NPC in the marketplace. Probably, if I had to guess, the sociopath from last time. I imagine it'll be pretty easy until I realize everybody in the fucking country wants to join me. All 4 of these groups are going to the marketplace. For context, every major area has a mini-boss who respawns at a timer and usually stays within a particular area of the map. If another player kills the one I need, I have to wait for him to respawn before I can progress. This is a huge pet peeve of mine for this game, if you couldn't tell. So, I have to waste some time with idle looting since I have to wait for daylight anyway. Emphasis on the idle part because I've basically established that looting the starter town is the equivalent of peeking in high school. I pick through some of the nearby areas for about a half an hour before my suspicions are confirmed. Players are clearing the marketplace, and I might just have to be here all morning. Even so, I check it out just in case.
Is the marketplace empty? Did they kill everybody in there? Damn.
I find an AK that looks way cooler than it is, and I realize I have another mission here to pick up Handshake's lunch thermos, which happens to be the size of a small child. I hit a checkpoint to drop off the container, and the lunatic is respawned when I return. After kicking his ass, I do quite a bit of fighting on the way to the next checkpoint, which I'll cut for your sanity, and I eventually turn in the last of the starter missions. I mean, kind of. I actually still have 2 more, but the first is fighting another body, which doesn't take long at all. The other mission is across town, but since I think it's probably the actual last one, I decide to go exploring in the northeast. While the MP5s I pull off the guys at the construction site are an absolutely long-awaited upgrade from the pea shooter, why poor marsh people have suppressed submachine guns with a base price close to 4,000 United States dollars is still completely beyond me. Anyway, I find a folder for Artisan and then I decide to keep going north. It looks like there's a couple missions and I get to test out my mortars on a small neighborhood. They're pretty underwhelming. Anyway, I get lit up and then I spend a good chunk of this session scouring the place because Lab Rat decides to be difficult. Apparently, none of the insane ramblings I find are good enough to prove that the people here went nuts. Go figure. Gunny also has a mission up here. He buried his lunchbox in the hills, which is obviously very normal behavior for very normal people. Thanks, Gunny. So, I have to go find the sandwiches before they go to humanitarian causes. After this, I find a new LZ and head back across town to the checkpoint. Someone wants the folder there, but I conveniently also find a better backpack. I get sent to examine some cardboard boxes, which officially concludes my business in town, fortunately. Most importantly, the guys guarding the cardboard boxes had Oreo rifles with flashlights. It's dark and I'm sick of looking for shit, so I RTB. But today, I log off knowing that I'm back at business.